What's good, y'all? Streezy here, back with a different type of video. As you can see on my screen, I am filling out what I believe will be the perfect March Madness bracket, or what I can do to the best of my ability. It is March Madness season, and I'm be honest, I haven't really watched a lot of college basketball this season, but it's always fun doing these type of things just to see how close I can get, how far I can go. But if you came here for some top-notch college basketball analysis, you came to the wrong place. Because I am filling out this bracket blind, and I'm going to just hope for the best. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Starting off in the East part of the bracket, we have UConn and Stetson. These are the analysis that I'm working with. Things that I kind of take into account is how many points they score a game, how many points do they allow a game, rebounds a game, 3-point percentage, free throw percentage. You get all that, but it's a 1-16 matchup. Like this is a no-brainer right here. This one, FAU Northwestern. Again, I never watched. I think out of all these teams in this brackets, I probably only seen like maybe at most 4 teams play. But it's gonna be a complete guess on my part. FAU or Northwestern. You know, FAU did make some noise last year, I think, so I'm gonna go with them again. Same thing with San Diego State. They made a lot of noise last year. I think didn't they make it to the championship game, or they made it like really far last year. Why not? You can't go from making it far and then just kind of getting first round. That would be embarrassing. Auburn and Yale. Yeah, Auburn shouldn't lose that one. BYU versus Duquesne. Let me see. Actually, now, let me not be stupid. BYU's taking this. Illinois, easy. Washington State or Drake? Don't ask me why I'm going Drake. This is normally how I feel on my brackets. I just kind of see different teams skim through it or whatnot, and then I just click. I mean, this one's a no-brainer. Iowa State's beating South Dakota State every day of the week. And yeah, so now we go to the west side of the bracket. This is also being recorded on March 19th, so before the first 4 games have taken place, but wanted to get a head start because I honestly don't see any of the first 4 teams getting out of the first round. So North Carolina's, they're winning no matter what. Mississippi State or Michigan State. This is interesting. I think this is another upset pick, so I'm going to go Michigan State. St. Mary's is pretty good. Alabama's pretty good. Clemson or New Mexico? See, New Mexico scores more points. They don't allow that many. They get more rebounds. You know what? I'm going to go with New Mexico over Clemson. Baylor and Colgate. Baylor. Dayton and Nevada. Now, I have watched a couple Dayton games, and I mean, they're a good team. But I mean, I think they're good enough to make it out of the first round. I don't see them making it too terribly far in the tournament. But yeah, Arizona, they're one of the top 2 seeds, so they can't go in the first round. South Conference, Houston, don't disappoint. Nebraska or Texas A&M. Oh my! According to the analytics that I put on, they say Nebraska is gonna blow them out. Texas A&M only shooting 28% from 3 as a team. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna cut it come tournament time. Wisconsin or James Madison? Wisconsin with ease. Duke. Okay. Now I have seen some NC State like tape this season. All I know is that they have like this one big Zach Randolph like dude who plays like Zach Randolph. He's pretty good. I got them getting out of first round against Texas Tech. Kentucky, easy. Once again, I don't think any of the first 4 is making it out of the first round. Oops. I meant to hit Marquette because they are not losing to Western Kentucky. Midwest region. Purdue, easy. Seeing a lot of games from them. They're pretty good. Utah State or TCU. TCU. I don't know why. Gonzaga. They're a 5 seed this year. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. Kansas. South Carolina or Oregon. I mean, I don't know. At 3, well, actually, their 3-point percentages aren't really that impressive. What I got to go off of, South Carolina averages a little more rebounds. Oregon usually gets out on a break. They score more points off turnovers. I'm going to go Oregon. Why not? Creighton over Akron. Yeah, not going to lie, Akron ain't looking good for y'all. So, Creighton. Texas is being any one of those teams out of the first 4. And this is my first round. What do you think of it so far? I think I have like all hits and no misses right here. Like, come on. UConn or FAU? I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of stuff about UConn, so they might go all the way this year. San Diego State or Auburn? My suggested pick is Auburn, but let me think about this. San Diego State doesn't shoot the 3 ball that well. They don't score as many points as Auburn. They don't really get out in transition. Oh, I think this is going to be a runaway for Auburn. BYU or Illinois. See what BYU's BYU. I keep saying BYU. I'm meaning BYU. Oh my gosh. But the points off turnovers is kind of calling my name. I'm going to go BYU over Illinois. Now, Drake or Iowa State. Is it too early to start swinging big? Let me think. Drake obviously shoots the 3 ball pretty well. They can score with the best of them. But Iowa State's defense seems crazy. You know what? I'm going for it. I'm going with this major upset with Drake over Iowa State. Don't ask me why. North Carolina, they're pretty solid. St. Mary's got Alabama. Don't even need to look at that. Baylor, New Mexico. Don't really know too much about these teams. And, you know, my analysis wants me to pick New Mexico. I just don't see it happening. I am picking Baylor all the time. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dan. Y'all are getting throttled by Arizona. All right. Over to this side. Houston over Nebraska with ease. Wisconsin or Duke. I don't really know what Duke is working with nowadays, but I assume they're still a respectable college program. So, yeah, they're going to get that spot. NC State or Kentucky. I think this is where NC State's run ends. Marquette or Florida. My analysis says Florida. Let me see. But they give up 78 points a game. That's kind of concerning though. Yeah, sorry Florida, you're gonna have to take that. Purdue over TCU. Don't even gotta look. Gonzaga or Kansas. Now this is where things get interesting because these are 2 programs that were once or not that long ago on top of the college basketball world, and now they're 4 and 5 seeds. One of them's gonna have to get packed in the second round potentially. So who's it gonna be? See, I haven't really watched a lot of the games like that, so I don't even know the players. This is just pure guessing. I mean, that is part of March Madness, I guess. Gonzaga is a better rebounding team, so I'm gonna just go Gonzaga based off of that. Oregon or Creighton. I think Creighton got this. They look like they're on a mission. Texas or Tennessee. Tennessee just off of rebounds alone. And now we're at the Sweet 16 part of the bracket. We got UConn and Auburn. how good is Auburn really? I have not watched any clips of their games this past season. Like, are they hot going into the tournament? Well, I mean, I assume every team is hot going into the tournament, but I don't know. But something's telling me this is where UConn's run ends. If this happens, I'm going with Auburn over UConn. Now, BYU or Drake. I gotta go BYU. We can't have a Tennessee making it this far. And between North Carolina and St. Mary's, I think North Carolina is going to survive. Baylor and Arizona. Oh my. Yo, Arizona kind of looks unbeatable when I'm looking at the numbers like this. Houston or Duke. I don't know. Houston's looked kind of shaky. I did see that they lost early in their conference tournament. But granted, I heard that they were dealing with injuries, but I don't know. I gotta go with Duke on this one. Kentucky or Marquette? I'm going Kentucky just solely. Hopefully we can get a Duke versus Kentucky Elite 8 going. Purdue or Gonzaga? Now I do think Purdue is going to choke at some point in the tournament. But I don't think it's going to be against Gonzaga though. Creighton or Tennessee? Let me see. Tennessee's just looking too strong right now. So my Elite 8 consists of Auburn, BYU, North Carolina, Arizona, Duke, Kentucky, and Purdue and Tennessee. Let's start with Auburn and BYU. This would be a no-brainer. Auburn all the way in the Final Four. North Carolina or Arizona. I'm going to go North Carolina. We got to have at least one seed in the Final Four. Duke and Kentucky. This one's always a classic. I'm going Kentucky. And now, Purdue and Tennessee. I think Tennessee can pull it off. So this is my Final Four. I have Auburn versus North Carolina, Kentucky versus Tennessee. Who will advance to the championship game? Oh, this is getting close. This is actually getting close. This is actually getting very close. Let me see. But it's like, who can go off at any given point? I'm going to go North Carolina. And then between Kentucky and Tennessee, I'm going to go Kentucky. So we have a championship game consisting of North Carolina versus Kentucky. And I think the Kentucky Wildcats are going to get it done with the final score of 87-78. Finish my bracket. Stamp it, lock it in, and that is my March Madness bracket. Now, I'm obviously going to make other brackets, but this is like the main one. This is going to be like my main bracket, the one I'm going to be fully invested into, betting the house on, and hopefully it can do well this year. But hope you enjoyed this video. I'm excited to see how March Madness plays out, and yeah, these bracket things are always fun. This is the first time I've like shared it on YouTube or anything like that, so I'm excited to see what happens, and see you in the next video. Till next time.